Let me tell you about our generation. Now, a lot of people, a lot of boys, they go around life and they grow up, physically. That's what I'm saying. They grow up physically. They get older. They got older. You know, in their teens, like 12, 13, they're messing about, messing about, having fun. Then they get 16, 17, 18, they're still messing about, having fun. You get to 20, 21, maybe they're still messing about and having fun. And then by the time they hit 30, they've still got the same mentality of having fun, but now because the bills are there, you've got to pay for food, you've got to pay for housing, you've got to pay the rent, maybe you've got a mortgage, all of these things, they come together. And because your mentality at that age, for a lot of people in this modern time, is still having fun, they haven't grown up, they're still the same kid that they were 25 years ago, or whatever, right? Now, think about this. Do you want to be that guy that never grows up? Do you want to be literally unsuccessful, sad, your life, just sad, pity, like people would pity you if they heard about your life? You would pity yourself. You right now would pity your future self. Alright, do you want to be that guy that doesn't grow up, that doesn't work towards anything, and then when he's old and he finally realizes that he's failed and he has to think that it's nobody's fault but his because he didn't want to grow up, then just tell me. If you want to be that guy, go ahead. But this video is not for you. If you want to progress through life, actually grow up, stop being immature, then watch this video. Now, the first lesson is, I'm not going to tell you everything. Alright, I can tell you a lot. I can help you a ton, but I haven't gone through my entire life. I've got plenty of advice for young men around my age, men older than me, men younger than me. Right, I've got plenty of advice. However, it's not everything. Don't expect this to be everything. The first lesson is you're always going to be learning new stuff. Every single thing that happens in your life is something you can learn from. It's a lesson. There's going to be stuff in the future that happens which is different to how it works now, and that is going to need give you more lessons, and you're going to have to learn from that. So the first lesson is always never thinking that something's a win or a loss, and keep just thinking of it as a lesson. Alright, a win, think of it like that, it's great. A loss, never think of anything as a loss, because you never ever lose. Right, if you've got the right mindset, you never lose. If you've got the wrong mindset, you lose all the time. Now, what I mean by that, quickly, just briefly. Alright, if you've got a loser's mindset, even if you win, you're losing. Why? Because you didn't look at why you won. You didn't treat it as a lesson. You're not thinking why you won, how can I win again, how can I win more. That's how winners think. And the winner's mentality, they never lose, because if they do lose, they're thinking, what did I do wrong? What can I do to win? Now I know I don't do this and I'll win. And you're winning. See, it's a win-win. Just have them win. Don't think like a loser. Alright. Now, second lesson is you must learn to cut people off. And when you cut them off, you have to cut them off with no mercy. If you have to. Obviously. If you don't have to, just cut them off ruthlessly. You don't have to. But you need to learn and have the ability to cut them off, and cut them off ruthlessly. Now, a lot of people in the modern day, they're going to be holding you back. They don't want you to win, they don't want you to succeed, they're going to be holding you back. You don't want people to hold you back. You might think, oh, they'll change, but they're not that bad, But if you hang around people who have that loser mentality, or do all these bad activities, you're going to become one of them. Their influence is way bigger than you could ever imagine. And if you ignore this piece of advice, trust me when I say, in the future, even even if you got like a harder grind set than me, if you ignore this piece of advice, right? If you ignore this piece of advice, you're gonna realize in the future, whether it's in a month, in a week, maybe even tomorrow, when you think back on this and realize this is where you're at now, that your friends have been holding you back. Your friends, they've been holding you back because they haven't been wanting to put in work, and they've been saying, oh no, don't go gym, come with us. Maybe they're not even saying that. Maybe they're just doing their own thing, but because you're always around them, you're doing the wrong thing as well. Like, that outside influence, one day you will see is how much it's affected you, and how much you need to just not tolerate any negative outside influences on your life. Now, this third lesson comes into sort of the first lesson, and that is drawing a line and punishing those who cross it. So, in your life, you need to have rules. With people around, you need to have rules for the people around you. You can't just let anyone do what they want when they want. If would you let someone just take your car whenever you want and drive it however they want? They can drive it on the wrong side of the road. They can drive it into a tree. You wouldn't care. No. If you knew someone was gonna do that, then you wouldn't even let them drive your car in the first place. Now, you need to maybe get a piece of paper, right? You can do this right here with me right now. Get a piece of paper and a pen, and you can pause the video now if you want, right? And you can do this. It's an active step or whatever. And now I'm guessing you're back. If you haven't paused, whatever, you're missing out. But if you've got a piece of paper, good. Now think of all the things you want in life. Write all of them down. Like, not specifically, unless it's something specific that doesn't fit into anything broader, but try fit in the broader terms. Or if there's no broader terms for it, put in the specifics which you want in your life, which you want to achieve, which you want to do, what habits you want to do, what goals you want to achieve. Now, once you think of that, now think, how are people going to stop me from doing this? How am I going to be slowed down from achieving this? What's going to stop me from doing this? Write that down. This is a complicated activity, but trust me, it's worth it if you want to do it easier. And now you've thought of all the ways that people, or would just not be able to do these things which you want to do. You need to find what would cause that. If someone says this, if someone does this, if you want to be someone respected, what's going to stop you from being respected? People disrespecting you. That's the line. Don't let people disrespect you. If you want people to trust you, what's going to break your trust? You lying. That's the line. You have to draw these lines for other people and yourself. And the stronger you hold this line and punish it for other people who cross it, the stronger you will be against crossing it yourself. Look, if you always let people cross your line, other people cross your line, you're going to cross your own line as well. You're going to cross your don't lie, be a trustworthy person. You're going to cross that line. If people are disrespecting you, you won't do anything about it, because you need to uphold your values no matter what. And as soon as you don't stop upholding your values, it's going to be easier for you to break your own, because you're not going to uphold them anyways. And linked with the last point is the people who cross the line, sometimes cut them out instantly. They cut the line once, maybe you tell them, right? If it's not that serious, you tell them, look, don't do this, don't say this, don't do that, do this, or come, just anything, whatever kind of situation it is. Maybe you can just give them, they do it again. If they do the same thing again, even though they know it pisses you off, they don't even apologize. They're just like, oh yeah, man, whatever. Out. That's your respect line crossed. That's 2 lines crossed that they're not good for you. You cut them off violently. You don't say, oh sorry, we can't be friends. No, you're like, no, you just stop talking to them. And if they come talk to you, oh yeah, maybe you spot, you're not dapping them up anymore. You know what I'm saying? Don't treat them like your friends. Don't pretend they're your friends, because they're not. Now, the 4th lesson, the really important one as well, is to not do or say anything to make people like you. because you're just doing it wrong. People like what makes them comfortable. That's why people work 9 to 5s. They don't like having some boss be ready to fire them, if they say something that's not socially acceptable, or basically be living months away from the poverty line. If they lost their job, they'd have a month to live, because they don't have money saved up, because they have to pay bills and they don't get paid enough, and their boss hates them and they've got to go to work at this time. People prefer that than being self-sufficient and having their own business and not having to worry about money or time or some boss shouting at you, and having money saved up from your business if you stop making money, you could live for years. People would rather work a 9 to 5 because of the safety and security, because people always think about the business and what if it doesn't work? Why would I take the risk of the business? This is what people tell me all the time. People just older than me, people my age, people triple my age, alright, they tell me the same thing. What if it doesn't work? They don't want to risk it. They want to have the safety. That's what they like about it. They like the safety. Now, if you see in my other videos, you'll know that something about being a man is living on your edge, living on the peak, on the edge, on the cliff, alright, mountain peak of your performance as a man, as your ability, alright, and this will help you with attraction as well. If you're always shuddering in a corner, calling for mummy, you want your safety, you don't want to take risks, you don't want to go for the reward. Guess what? The cavemen, they took the risk. They went hunting. They fought that bear because they took the risk, because the reward was there, even if it wasn't guaranteed. Do you think humans would survive back then if they didn't want to take risks, if they just wanted to stay safe? Humans are predators now. Predators take risks. That's part of the job. And now we're not predating on animals or nothing. The prey is the money. Alright, hunt the money, and there's gonna be risks in it. No one said hunting a gazelle was easy. No one said hunting a mammoth was easy. Alright, but it's the risks you need to take, and it's the same thing now. If you're a woman, you wouldn't want to go to the guy or the tribe that just doesn't do any hunting. They pick berries. Why? Because instinct. It's instinct now. They're gonna go extinct. They can't help you. They can't support you. If you were getting attacked, they wouldn't risk it. They like their safety. So you'd go to the tribe of the risk takers, the hunters. And we've got the same brains now than we do then. They see you not being a pussy and actually doing the work, taking the risks, because you want the reward. You don't want to have a stable pussy life. Alright. But more on the lessons. This is just one thing you need to learn. You need to live on your edge. Don't do stuff to make people like you. Because if people like you, that means you're living a stationary life. You're not taking risks. Because people like to be secured about themselves. They see all these people around them. They see people around them that are doing stuff that they're not doing, taking the risks that they're not doing. It makes them feel bad. Making the money moves, going to the gym, speaking properly, studying. Studying, that's the easiest example I could give you. Imagine you're not studying and you see all these people studying, right? It kind of makes you feel bad that you're not studying. So you kind of dislike them a bit, right? Now, it's a whole different level, because you're going to the gym, you're getting the woman they wish they had. Or you've got the health and the body they wish they had. So the things that you're going to do to make these people, or say to make these people like you, it's not going to be the right thing for you. So don't do anything against your purpose, your goals. Those goals, those lines we drew earlier. Don't do anything, alright, that crosses those lines just to make someone happy. Or don't say anything that goes against your values or your goals just to make someone happy. Don't do it. That's a sacrifice you must not make. I always talk about making sacrifices. Be the, work for your purpose. You have to take sacrifice. That's just how it works. Now, the fifth thing linked into the fourth. These are all linked in. These are similar lessons. Is let haters hate. You're always gonna have haters. But let me tell you one thing: hate only comes from below. If you're working in the gym, guess who's hating on you going to the gym? The degenerates. The fat, skinny fat people who sit on their ass playing video games all day, or just don't do anything. They just sat eating hella food, munching all their food, never exercised, and they couldn't run 1K if they wanted. If there was a tiger chasing them, and it was as slow as a snail, they wouldn't be able to outrun it. Now, you don't want to be with them. Well, guess what? The person above you is in the gym, who's got the abs, who's running 5 miles every morning. He doesn't look at you and think, oh, look at this guy, he's going to the gym. He thinks, oh, well, this guy's going to the gym. This guy's doing the right thing. Because the people above you, they were in the same situation as you. The people that are actually above you, they were in the same situation as you. They were just starting out in the gym. They were just starting their business. They were just starting, being stoic and mindful, thinking about, actual stuff instead of just acting on emotion like children, So the people above you, they won't hate you. If they're actually above you, they will not be hating. The people below you are haters. Alright? Not all of them, but I'm saying all the haters are below you. Not all the people below you are haters. Let's get that right, because people below you could also look up to you, just the way people above you could also look up to you. Because not everyone is different. Not every successful person is the same successful person. Alright, it's not one thing everyone's good at. There's different things people are good at. And this next thing is definitely linked with letting the haters hate. Is if you're gonna hate openly, and this will make you, first of all, not hate people as much. You won't be so easy to just be angry and hating and talking about people behind their back. You won't be doing that so easily. And the second thing is, it makes yourself feel better about yourself. Makes other people respect you more, because you're not shying and thinking, oh, talking about them behind their back, and then when they're in your face you don't do nothing. No. If you actually hate someone, you hate openly. You don't think it to yourself like a little shy boy in the back of the class that doesn't have anything. That kid. Everyone's got him. That guy who just sits he's a degenerate, and he doesn't say anything. He never ever says anything because he doesn't have the balls. But he hates the guy that goes to gym. He hates the guy that gets with his girl. He hates him. But he never says it. Do you want to be that guy? No, you don't. If you actually hate someone, you've got to hate them with your chest, And what this will do is, a lot of the times you don't actually hate people. So you don't say anything hateful if you know you have to say it with your chest. You can always hate someone inside, but if you always hate someone, whenever you hate someone, you have to say it out loud. Sometimes you'll begin to hate people less because you don't want to say it. But if you actually do hate them, then that won't be a thing. Hate them publicly. Don't care what people think about you. If they have done something to wrong you and something to make you hate them or whatever, they're doing something dumb. Saying something dumb, disrespecting you. Hate openly, call them that, call them this, No need to hold back when you're around them. If you're talking about them in a certain way behind their back, you better talk to them the same way in front of them. And people think, oh no, what if they get angry and beat me up? Well, they're not going to do anything, alright? Because you've got bigger balls than them. If you're hating them openly, people don't do that nowadays. People are always talking behind their backs like girls, alright? If you disrespect a girl, right, she's going to be angry. She's going to be like, oh, why is this guy hating on me? But she knows she's a girl and she's not going to beat you up. That's the same with these guys. if you're hating, right, behind their back, for whatever reason, I don't know why you do this. Right, this is still woman behavior. But if you're hating them openly, if they're like, oh, why are you saying this, and then you say, oh yeah, you're a bitch, that's why, because you did this, that's why. What are you gonna do about it? Just that you actually confronting them. That's their whole plan, because they've seen so much movies and like TV shows and whatever, animes or motivational videos or Darman or something, right? They think you're gonna crumble under the pressure. They think you're like the rest of the people. All right, maybe they don't, but maybe they know already. No, there's no point going up to him, because he's just gonna say it with his chest, and I'm gonna feel like shit because he's right. All right, so hate openly. I'm not saying hate, but it'll make you rethink if you actually hate someone and if it's worth hating them. You know what I'm saying? Now, the sixth thing that I'm packing this up with information for you guys is sometimes you have to take the beating. You know, you have to take and this isn't sometimes, you have to take responsibility for your actions, no matter what, and that's a must. Whatever that means, you know, if you're openly hating, like, don't just not openly hate just because some guy can beat you up. Openly hate, and if you get beat up, it is what it is. Do you know why? Because you have the respect. You probably have the respect of that guy for actually openly hating you. Because if that guy's strong enough to actually beat you up, then guess what? You're literally, in his mind, you're the 1%. You're already the 1% that actually went up and spoke to him with chest. You know, they didn't just talk about him behind his back. You know, if someone came up and started hating me, if these people, you know, these degenerates who just sit at the back of the class and don't go gym and despise me because I'm actually doing well with my life, you know, and if they actually came up and started hating me, I'd be proud of them, right? Because, like, welcome, you're actually growing some balls, you know. So you've got to take the reaction, you know. Don't not hate someone just because they're a bit stronger or you're scared of the punishment, right? If they've done something to wrong you, and because this is the line. Once you let someone cross the line, everyone's gonna cross the line. Everyone's gonna see, oh, that guy crossed the line, I can cross it. Let's see if I can cross it. Everyone's gonna start testing you, and when everyone starts testing you, you've got to be on your game. Any tests, smash them. Anyone crosses your line, you smash on their foot, you know. Now, the next thing is, if you're hating, you don't like someone's your enemy, right? We'll just put that in this scenario. If someone's your enemy, right, and they've got a friend, which is also your friend, they're not your friend anymore. It's a simple way to say it. Friend of an op is an op, alright? If they're still friends with that guy that you don't like, and they know you don't like them, then chances are they probably don't like you. That friend probably doesn't like you, because if they liked you more than that guy, they'd be, yeah, you're right, I'm not going to let him disrespect you, you know. And this could be one of your lines. This could be one of your lines on respect, you know. If someone disrespects your friend, then you're not friends with that other guy who disrespected you. He might have done nothing to you. If he disrespected your friend, you're going to do something about it. You know, you're going to say, nah, I'm not friends with you. And that's something that's respectable. But if your friend can't do it, right? They're just as bad as the other guy. If you watch someone steal from your friend, you're just as bad. And you don't say anything, right? You're just as bad as the guy who stole. So don't affiliate with people, friends who are actually friends with the other person who's wronged you or disrespects you or says stuff about you behind your back. Because if he says stuff to people that come out and tell you behind your back, and this friend isn't coming and telling you, and even if he is telling you, that means this guy has actually gone and talked to this guy. That must mean he doesn't like you, right? Just don't affiliate. That's the simple lesson here. Now, the final thing, and probably the most important, is get your priorities straight. You know, it's so easy nowadays to be lost, you know, and not care about your priorities. You know, start playing some video games, watch some movies. You can go watch the football. You can there's a new Netflix show, new game comes out. You know, it's so easy to just forget about your priorities, do all of this stuff. But that's not the way to live your life. That's the way, as I said in the start of the video, if you want to be that guy in his 30s who never got his priorities straight, who was messing about like a child, and now he's depressed and sad because his life caught up to him. No, you get your priorities straight and you get them right now. You go to the gym now. You start putting in the work now. You draw that line now. You know what I'm saying? The earlier you do it, the better. Because if you do it, say tomorrow, or in a week, that's one whole week of bad activities which they're coming up score. It's a tally chart, right? Because when you're younger, you've got an opportunity. This is your genetics right now. You're mostly genetics. Right? Obviously, you can put in hard work and get a good shape. Whatever, you can get in good shape. You can, but in the same time, there's people that eat a bunch and they're still in good shape. Well, every time they eat bad, it's going on their tally chart on their bad deeds or whatever. And every time you do something good, it's going on your tally chart for good deeds, right? And when you get older and the genetics start wearing away, 25, 30, it's the male filter. First Man, listen to it. First Man, great guy. Listen to his podcast, listen to his videos, whatever. Great male filter. Once they get to that certain age, those negative traits that might have been ignored, those points that they've got racked up, they're crashing down on them. They're being released. But you can use this to your advantage because all those good points, they're getting released as well. They might be, all of this now, but you keep stacking up those good points, and when you actually get them, it's like you're putting them in the bank. You're investing them. You're racking up interest. They're racking up debt, right? And then when it comes to pay that debt, they're in a bad situation. But when you come to collect your interest, all this money you've got from your investment or whatever from the bank, right? Then you're up. That's all I'm gonna say for today. It's a long guide, good for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned. Remember to put this into practice. Don't let people cross your line. If you want to talk with me, I've got a free community. I've got Discord. It's free. You can join it. It's in the description. Right. Remember to like and subscribe to see more videos like this, get more guides and stuff. And cheers.